This video has been, I removed the sound and the video has been reduced from 45 minutes to 10 minutes in length. So hi guys, welcome back to Bonnie B. Hawkins Creative TV. So guys, today I'll be making some good old homemade chicken salad. And here you see me, I'm thoroughly washing off this the chicken here, as you can see. Yep. I gave it 2 washes. The first wash I actually put a little vinegar and water and washed it. And the second wash was pure water. And there you see me. I'm holding the chicken up there and showing you the chicken. And yeah, I don't know the exact how much this chicken weigh or whatnot, because I threw the wrapper away before I noticed that. Got to notice the size of the chicken, but it's a fairly decent sized chicken. So there you just seen me. I just put some sliced onions on there, and now I'm using the onion powder, about 1.5 teaspoons of most of these ingredients you see right here, about 1.5 teaspoons right there of the garlic powder also, and about 1.5 teaspoons of the salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of the basil leaves, and the Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, about the same, 1.5 teaspoons. And so also with the pepper, I put a little too much on it, and I just kind of rinsed it down, and so it would go in the water there, because you see I also got water in the pan here, the bottom of this pan. And also I put a little bit of the Old Bay seasoning on the chicken as well. The only thing I forgot, I wanted to put some of the lemon seasoning in there, and I forgot. I have some lemon seasoning. I forgot to put it in there. And and yeah, and there you see me wrapping it. And then I unwrapped it a little bit when I put it in the oven to show you that I had it there in the oven wrapped. And there you see so it went through the cooking stage. It went through 1 hour and 45 minutes of cooking, and it was done. And now you see me here. I've taken it out of the oven and out of the pan and let it cool down. And now I've put it here on the chopping board. So here you see me cutting it. I'm doing it all in fast speed because I do not want this video to be too long. So so you see me here. I'm trying to walk you through some of the steps I'm doing. Of course, you can see it for yourself. So, and there you are. Yeah, okay, so here I was. First, I sort of cut it up a little bit. I broke it up a little bit. And through the whole process, I washed my hands so my hands are nice and clean. And I am cutting up this chicken here, with my hands and pulling it apart with my hands. But when I am serving for guests other than my family, I do put on gloves for that, but I know in my household that, well, we all wash our hands, and I'm sure in your household you wash your hands too, but that ain't the point. The point is, I'm just trying to say, yes, God. So here I am, and I'm breaking it all up, all the chicken up, pieces up. I'm trying to take all the bones out of it, but I found that there's still some bones, a couple of bones left that I will take out as I start to put the chicken in the pan. You see that off to the left of me right there? That's where I'm putting the bones from the chicken. But I believe in taking all the chicken, getting all that meat off of that chicken. I'm trying to make a nice little chicken salad for my family. And there you are. You see me right there. I'm still not finished. That's where I got all the bones out, well, most of them, And yeah, and so I got all of them out, and now you see me here. I am starting to break it up in smaller pieces, guys. I did not want to cut it up in smaller pieces. I wanted to break it like that, because then my hands can feel for if there's any little bones left in it. I understand it's not fish, it's chicken. But sometimes, chicken, especially when you cook when you boil or an old whole chicken, you can have a little bone from the chicken still left in the thing if you're not careful. And when you're making things like salad, and in this case chicken salad, you want to make sure that there's no bone fragments or anything left in it. Also, I want to say that I understand that sometimes, especially for people who's maybe trying to have a much healthier dieting, tend not to use the skin. Well, I use the skin in my chicken, and in most time in my cooking. Even if sometimes I will remove the skin, but it's usually after the cooking process. And but in this case, I am going to keep and see there was a bone right there and left in the chicken, and so yeah, and I moved it because if my hands would made contact and saw it, and whereas I may not have actually was alert enough where I could see every little fragment, paying attention like I should. Okay, but here anyway. So there you are. You see me. I am uh, breaking up the chicken pieces. I didn't want them too fine chicken. I wanted mine to have a little texture to it. So therefore, there's some pieces in here that's going to be a little bigger than others. And also I want to say about the skin on the chicken. Sometimes I will take the skin off of the chicken afterwards when I'm making my potato salad, and then I will take the skin and I will chop it up real fine, or somewhat fine, and then put it in the dish with the chicken, because you want to make sure that the chicken, the skin, if you're going to use it, is not big pieces. You want to make sure, at least I want to make sure that the skin is cut small, and smaller than the chicken that I'm actually see me ripping apart right here. So you'll find that in this case, you see me right here chopping up the remaining of that the chicken skin right here. Okay. All right, and there it is. Now I'm hand mixing it all together. And there it is, and I'm going to show you in this little clip right here where I'm holding it up. There it is. So I'm showing you that I have all the chicken all cut up and ready to get ready and get it ready to start seasoning the chicken. So first and foremost here in my seasoning, I'm showing you how I'm chopping up this onion here. I'll chop the onion up very small and fine because I want a little texture to it too, because I want to be able to taste the onions within the salad, and and be aware there are onions in that salad, because we like onions in our chicken salad here. So here you are. You see me. I'm chopping up the onions. I'm cutting it up very small. You notice that, right? Very, very fine. And I'm putting it on, getting ready to put it in the pan here. And there you are. I am putting it here in the pan, in my bowl here, and that's my first ingredient that I put in there. Now I went to wash my hands, and I'll come back with my all of my seasonings. First and foremost, you see me with the sweet relish. Well, here you see I've dipped 2 real I call it healthy helpings of the sweet relish. And I put a little bit more mustard than I really wanted to put in there. I would say I put in there about certainly more than a tablespoon, And keep in mind that the chicken was, it was a decent sized chicken. And there I got 2 heapings of the mayonnaise you see there, but I also went back and put a little more mayonnaise, you see. And there it is. And so I put a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of these 2 ingredients this time around when I'm making my the actual salad itself, and about a teaspoon and a half of the basil, and a teaspoon and a half of that, and a teaspoon and a half of the onion powder, almost the same as I did when I was baking the chicken. And I put about a teaspoon and a half of that, also of that parsley flakes you see right there. Yeah. And that other thing I put in there, that was celery seeds. I was saying basil in the last one, but I actually put some celery seeds in there. About a teaspoon and a half of the celery seeds in there. And there's where you see I added another 2 whopping 3 helpings more, because this potato, when you're making any kind of salads, especially the chicken salads and things like it, it's absorbing all the fat that you're putting in there, all that extra. It's absorbing that mayonnaise and the mustard that I put in it. It's absorbing it deeply into the actual chicken fibers itself. So, and if you leave it in there overnight, you will notice the next day, you won't even notice half the time that there was any even mayonnaise in there, because it gets absorbed in the skin. Okay, and there it is right there. I mean, in the meat, And there it is, me tasting it, and I like that taste. And I gave myself a second taste of it again right here. And yeah, and there I really loved the taste, and you see the thumbs up. Yep, if I didn't have the bowl in my hand, I would have 2 thumbs up.